Hello, race fans. Welcome to another episode of Short Track Guys Podcast, brought to you in part by Story Bleich Roofing. We've got you covered. Metal, slate, tile, asphalt, shingle, you name it. We're locals you can trust, right here in Pensacola, Florida. Story Bleich Roofing. Give us a call. I'm your host, Thomas Baddish, alongside two of the same short track guys in the studio as always. Jim Pokrant, driver of the 07 Sportsman here at Five Flag Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. And Ted Baber. Ted Baber Video Productions. What's up, guys?
Greetings once again.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, we've got to back up a little bit and get a little local results here in Mobile and Pensacola in our backyard at the famed half miles. Man, we had pro late models, we had modifieds, we had outlaws,
We had rain.
you name it. Where do you want to start first? Five Flags and move our way over?
Yep.
Well, let's do that here in our backyard at Five Flag Speedway in that half mile power plant. Woo! Pro late models.
Yeah, great racing.
Good race. Augie Grill, another heartbreaker for poor Augie. He sits on the pole, leads almost every single lap late in the show. They have a caution. He takes off. Car breaks the rear end. He's out. Same, it's a shame because he lost one up in Montgomery a couple weeks ago and had it won. And Jake Finch decided to move him out of the way. And Augie at least finished that one in second. This time he was in the pits on the hook, so that's a shame for old Augie Grill.
Yeah, I hate to see that for him because he tries so hard. He works really hard, him and his entire crew, trying to get it done, and it just comes up a little short.
Yeah, well, Seth Christensen, he's an up-and-coming kid, and he ended up winning it. He did very well also. Augie wasn't like a straightaway ahead of him. The kid was within striking distance if something happened. So it's good to see that. It's good to have the pro late models there. It wasn't one of the best pro late model races we've ever had. It's we're missing the 18 car. He always puts on a show, and he hasn't been there. Hunter Robbins is not driving that car. Jake Finch is, and Jake had another
previous engagement.
So he couldn't make it. So it was just kind of a ho-hum race, but it was there, and it's over, so hallelujah.
Well, we'll give props out to John Bolin, who finished third. He came from quite a ways back to get that done. So.
I'll tell you what, if they could ever qualify better,
Yep.
Because it seems like that's his MO. He qualifies in the back and then drives to the front.
Yep. Well, we don't want to get Carson Brown finishing second, the other podium finisher. And then we had Jim Wall, the modified ace.
He's been doing pretty good. I think he finished third up at Montgomery, and he was second one race not long ago. And Bubba Pollard ended up second in his car one time in Montgomery this year. So Jim Wall's got the equipment, and But have you ever seen the guy? He doesn't look like a race car driver, but he's a real cool guy. If you ever talk to him, I got to talk to him some when I was in Montgomery. He's a real nice guy, and I got to talk to Augie some when I was in Montgomery. So that was pretty neat.
Yep, and I got to give a shout out to Jason Vale in the 407 car, who's been getting better and better every week.
He top fives that car almost every time he runs it.
Yeah,
and he's getting better and better. Of course, he's got a lot of money from what I've heard. Yeah. So he's not hurting, but he's a heck of a wheel man, and it's good to see him up front.
Yeah, and then we had George Phillips. Hudson Bulger, I heard the last name pronounced two different ways, and I had to track him down and find out it's Bulger, so we'll run with that one. As in the seventh spot, and then Landon Devon, Clayton Green, and Chase Pinsino in the top 10.
Yes.
Bell River, Ontario.
Yes.
Canadian guy.
Another Canadian, eh?
Yeah, I think he's in the,
he runs a lot of. I've heard his name quite a few times.
I want to say Conor O'Kresick, but it's not. It's the 14 car.
That
he's driving.
The Cup. He races Cup now. The 77 car.
Yeah.
Hocevar?
Carson Hocevar.
That's Hocevar's
14.
Team.
Yeah, that's his ride. So.
Yeah, that's his late model team. His parents own. I guess they're driver development now, like everybody else, like the 26, 25. Everybody's driver development now is getting that money.
Yep. And I don't mean to back up a little bit, but this George Phillips.
Yeah.
We started talking to him about him really. I guess in New Smyrna, first of the year. Right. Yeah. He won the championship in the pro late models up there, I believe, in New Smyrna in Speed Weeks. And this is George Phillips, like 15. 15 or 16,
Yeah,
maybe.
Not very old.
And
very
I'm
old.
telling you, he's been knocking on the door.
Yep, he's another one. But the second place finisher, that was Anthony Campy car. And this is the first race we've had in a long time. There wasn't a Donnie Wilson car in the field.
True.
Not a single Donnie Wilson car in the entire field. That's rare at Five Flags, even at the pro race.
Yeah, very unusual.
I guess Donnie didn't have that one rented out, or he had it rented somewhere else. I don't know.
Who knows?
Well, 11th, Clint King from Thomasville, North Carolina. I don't know much about Clint King, but
Had a good number on that
0-7.
car.
So
right.
Colin Allman from Plant City, we know quite a bit about him.
Yeah.
He broke late. He was actually running pretty good and had a problem late.
Yeah.
So
Run down the rest of the field. Zach Dixon, Ryan Colby, and our one and only from Hayden, Alabama, Augie Grill, finishing 15th
Oh.
in that 43 car, and Jonathan Nee and Elliot Massey. Elliot Massey is surprising with Loosedale, Mississippi, rounding out the end of the field in 17th. I don't know. Elliot Massey is usually pretty much a lot better than that, really.
Yeah, he probably broke. I mean, that's a low budget team. They don't have a lot of money, but they dig every time. They run really well in Mobile, so they got a pro race coming up in Mobile.
Just got to tighten this up over here just a little bit.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure we'll catch Augie on the flip side of the next one, get up there and run as well as he is known to, and maybe get a better finish than he did. The pro trucks were running that night too.
Yeah.
No surprise here. Trace Capers.
Can't imagine. Nope.
Yeah, that's hard to figure. I mean, not Trace Capers dominating the truck race. That's just, and I would never think of that.
No.
Considering the man has a bounty on his head in Mobile.
Yeah, I think he had to finish or had to start sixth because of his previous wins. So
that young man is coming on strong. I look for him to be in a late model soon.
Probably.
I would think so. He's really wheeling that truck, and he's coming from sixth in that field, and then he goes to Mobile and has to run against people like Stephen Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be a good one, I promise you.
Oh, yeah. Be there for that one.
Oh, yeah. That's this Saturday night Mobile's running. I think the trucks are running this Saturday.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Well, look out.
Yep. I mean,
Trace Capers, Presley Johnson, Okie Mason, in the podium finish there. Okie Mason running that crown stock class, kind of taking everybody by storm. Jumps back in the pro truck and gets a podium finish there. Daryl Rudd, Jacob Clayton, Ray Herndon, and David Herndon. Maybe brothers, I would assume, from Laurel, Mississippi, 6th and 7th. Not such a good turnout for pro trucks, but, man, it would really only take two to make a great race with trucks. So.
Yeah. Daryl Rudd ran really well early and then just kind of faded.
Him and Augie had a hell of a battle for third. That was the best race of the dadgum truck race right there. Them two battling for third place. What a show.
That's good. Yeah. And then we had pure stocks. And I wouldn't say a surprise, but it was a little bit different when Mason Johnston finally got his win. He's been looking forward to for a while. So
yeah, we the two cars I helped, Connor, I can't think of it. Odom and Ben Cranford started side by side on the front row, and we were pitted side by side, and we're trying to help each other. And I'm like, please don't kill each other. And Ben made a little mistake, fell back, and then got a dose of the black flag, but he made a mistake, so it happens. Yeah. But man, Mason had to pass a bunch of cars to get where he was, and did an awesome job, man. And the stuff he passed wasn't junk.
No, he started sixth, just like the previous, like Trace did in the truck race, and he managed to hold off Maddox Langham, which is no easy task.
No, especially in that car, Robert Barber car. That car's fast.
Yeah.
Robert Barber took Ben's car to Mobile, drove all the way up to second behind the 26th, ended up winning it, and ran out of fuel with 2 to go and finished fourth. Had he put gas in it, he probably would have won the race.
Yep.
So,
you're putting gas in it.
Yep, gotta put some gas in it. But you gotta get. Ben. I'm trying to see if Ben will run Mobile this Saturday night. Try to get him over there, let him run some, get some seat time in that car. Because Barber told him he ain't hurting for motors, so that's going to be pretty cool. I want to see Ben get his first win.
Yeah.
So good race, and they put on a good show. Yeah. So it was a good race. Still, car count's not what it should be, but it's getting back. It's actually a little better than it was.
Yeah, we had a total of 8 entries, which is a few more than we had in the recent past. And then Connor Odom 4th, Peyton Guy 5th, And then Ben,
Yep.
due to his unfortunates.
Yep. Connor Odom drove that whole race with a dislodged spring. They found it after they loaded the car up.
Oh,
The
man.
left rear spring wasn't in the bucket. It was cocked. So that car was bound up, and he still was running a solid third place before that last caution when Ben broke. So interesting. Now, the next race,
Yeah.
of course, there's a boatload of those. It's not like, they don't have a full field in them cars. They put on a race. Up front was awesome. And the young man who ended up winning this thing, Mr. Enfinger, got in a crash in his heat race.
Yeah.
Hit the wall hard. They brought it in, fixed it. He drove from the back to the front.
Yeah. Absolutely. From the tail end as Braden Kitchen come out on top.
Oh, Enfinger's dad's Enfinger. My bad, y'all. Braden Kitchen, who was our former Crown Stock Driver of the Week.
Right.
And just to watch him come through the field like that was incredible.
Yeah. He was getting with it, no doubt about it.
Okie blew, from what I understand, Okie Mason blew up. His motor let go. I'm not so sure about these 4.6s, to be honest with you. I've heard a lot of people having problems with them grenading, so.
Well.
And the 62 is like top-notch stuff, and he couldn't get around, and Braden run around past him, so, I'm beginning to wonder.
He, that was, his 62 car that, trying to get his fish's name out from under all these,
That would be a Doug Thorpe.
That would be that guy right there.
That guy.
He got tangled up during the middle of the race and kind of bent his car up a little bit too, so that didn't help.
No, but man, that was like I said, you watch that field, they're racing in the middle, they're racing in the back, they're racing in the front, and they're all battling, just constant battling in that class. It's a wonderful race to watch. It's the best race of the night, hands down. I don't care what anybody says. You just, like Bubba said, you just drive that thing till you just can't drive it no more.
Yeah. Are they taking the top 5 in this class?
They're looking at them. I don't know what they're looking at them, but
The top 5?
Yep. See, Let's talk Crown Vics for just a minute on dirt. They've been letting them run with the bomber cars at Southern. Well, they had a meeting about it because, my buddy Mike Gorham, his daughter and his, maybe not really son-in-law, but his other daughter's boyfriend raced his cars. And they had a meeting about it because the guys that are running in bomber, we're running carburetors and old Monte Carlos versus fuel-injected Crown Vics that are more horsepower and handle better because they're on a 50-60 series tire, so it's lower profile, so there's not much rollover on the tire. There's a big gap.
Yeah.
And they said, well, we'll let them, and plus the Crown Vics are allowed to lock the rear end. So you're not allowed to lock the rear end in bomber. That's an advantage on dirt. Yeah. So they said, well, we can't tech the Crown Vics. Well, the bomber guys are like, then you ain't teching us either. I think that's fair, don't you?
Well, yeah, but what's going to happen if you do that? If they don't tech them, they're just going to start pushing the issue.
Well, but what you got to do is divide the class. They're getting enough Crown Vics. They can start running the Crown Vics separate of the bombers, which is what they should do. That's just my opinion. But not getting off topic here, but just talking about the Crown Vics in general because they're running all over the place, dirt, asphalt, whatever. And there's some cars that are coming to asphalt and running dirt and then dirt and asphalt back and forth. So that's another good thing about those cars. You're not limited to running one type of racetrack.
Right. Yeah.
They run them on dirt. You can go run dirt. You run them on asphalt. You can run asphalt.
Yeah. They run them anywhere in wads, pretty much everywhere they go.
Oh, you don't see less than 10 or 15 of them everywhere you go. No. So great deal with that class. Let's just hope it keeps going.
Yep. As long as they can keep everything level, that's going to be the problem. Those guys out there spending $5,000 plus on the entry level car. There you go again.
5,000.
Well, I'm being nice.
I did 5,000.
I'm being nice.
I'm hearing rumblings of 8 to 10.
Yeah.
If you want a mega fast one.
I'm just being nice.
I got you. I'm with you. Ted just trying to be the low man on the totem pole on that deal. Just dumb it down a little, Jim. Just calm down there.
It's just a low budget.
Just budget. Yeah, it's supposed to be a beginner class, and
it didn't take long, did it?
No. And the bad part about it, they're turning lap times that could run in the top 3 in pure stock.
Yeah. That's something they got to figure out something on how to make them a little bit more equal level. And
well, they should have never let them lock the rear end, and no computer modifications. And if your assembly line data link will not hook up and turn on, guess what? You're automatically disqualified. You don't get a second chance. You better wire it, make sure it works.
Yeah.
Because I know people are cutting wires. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't matter. Or start confiscating computers.
Yeah.
Take it and say, we're gonna take this. Here's a stock one to put in your car. We're gonna hold on to this one, and we're gonna go have it looked at. And if it's been modified, guess what's gonna happen?
Bye.
Yeah, you're fixing it. You ain't got to take the win away from them, but take the points away. So we're gonna dock you 50 points for running illegal.
Why wouldn't you take the win away from them?
Well, if you have to check it later, like if you're going to take the computer, but the reason I don't like that idea, and I'll tell you why, because when you hold one person up, that holds the purse up for everybody else.
Yeah.
I'd say pay them for that and then just pull the points, because if they're running for the championship, and if they run for the championship, you can fine them and do that. Fine them whatever their purse money was plus. But if you're going to do it that night, the night of, then you should. But if you're going to do it, you got to do it quick. Because I don't like them holding purse money up for other drivers who raced fairly.
Right. Yeah,
just my opinion, but
it's money in the bank.
Yep.
I mean, if it doesn't work for them, then you're going to get it one way or the other, whether it's now or tomorrow.
True.
Or next week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Maybe so.
I mean, you got to hold them accountable.
I agree. No, I totally agree. They
make it severe enough where they say, "Whoa, I can't do that again."
Or how about we have a Crown Vic A and a Crown Vic B? Crown Vic A's are cop cars.
One for cheaters and one for no.
Well,
I don't think that would work either.
Well, it would if you would enforce it, and the Crown Vic B's would be no P71 police cars, only regular stock Grand Marquis, regular Crown Vics, and Lincolns.
Well,
no modifications. You can't even lean the right front wheel in. I don't want to see none of that.
But isn't that what this class originally started to be?
Originally.
Was an entry-level bone stock, bring it and run it. But now you got where you got 30 cars coming in. Now we've got 10 in each class, and you can do this to this 10 and this to this 10, and that 10 you've got to be bone stock. Well, I mean, where do you go from here?
Well, you have a B class, a totally separate class.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tech that. This all goes back to the same problem that we have in every freaking class at Five Flags Speedway is we have no tech officials. Nothing against the guys that are down there. Some of them actually do an okay job, but they can't do nothing when Fat Boy in the Tower and Tim, and I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I don't like the dude. He don't like me. I don't like him. I don't talk to him. I try not to be his buddy. I don't care for him. He should have no say in the tech area. None. He should not. It should be when he comes up, hey, man, he took me out for this. What did my tech man say? Well, he said I was illegal. Well, you ain't getting paid by me. I'm the promoter, and the race director should be directing races and not the tech shed.
Yeah, well.
And I know it's controversial to say, and I'm sure, the people Nicholas and Tim know I'm talking about them, and I'm not trying to be rude or off color, but everybody knows it's the truth. It cost me a championship. If they would have stayed out of the thing and let Ricky Brooks do his job, I would have had 2 track championships. But that's water under the bridge. It's neither here nor there. My point is, it's not fair to the guys who are racing now.
Yeah.
You're letting 4 or 5 cars run away from everybody, and they're cheating because there's no way in hell that's a stock Crown Vic running those kind of speeds. It ain't happening.
Well, I want to put it out right now. If any one of these Crown stock drivers are listening to this, make some comments on our Facebook page.
I agree.
I want to know from any one of you drivers that are listening what they're teching in the top 5. And if they're not, let it out. I want to know.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm tired of this talking in the studio about this and that and the other thing and why you got to separate 30 cars in 3 classes. Somebody tell us what they're teching, and are they doing a good job?
Well, see, we need a beginner. The reason I'm talking about the B class also is it's a beginner class. There's guys racing in this, Doug Thorpe being one of them, is a late model driver.
Yeah, entry-level beginner, that's the way it should be. That's the way I thought it started.
Yeah,
rookie class.
We need a rookie. There you go, a rookie class. Yes. We don't need you racing against, some of the guys in this class. I mean, I agree having the class. It's great.
Yeah.
But if you had a B class or maybe Crown stocks, really stocks.
Yeah. Ultimate stock.
Yeah, ultimate stocks or something. I'm just being facetious, but I'm just saying, and I agree with you. I would love to hear from some of these guys because when they had that meeting at Southern, a couple of those guys went, "Oh, we don't fool with computers." I was like,
What?
Yeah, his nose went, whoop. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, everybody ran away from him because lightning was fixing to strike him for lying.
Stepping away from the lightning.
Didn't get away from the lightning. But I mean, really, honestly, it's in all classes we have a problem with tech, and we have cars that don't adhere to the rules.
Well, could we do it based on performance? Once you hit a certain point in a qualifying lap, if you're up there with the upper level guys, you move up to that side of the class.
Well, even if you kept them stock, they wouldn't run that fast.
No. Well,
and what you do is you do like we used to do back in the day. And Thomas remembers when you won 10 feature races, guess what you got to do? You moved up to the next class. But classes weren't as separated as they are now either. Super stock, you could take a spectator car back then, put weight jacks in it, outboard shocks, because we didn't have these high dollar shocks that we have now. Put a different cam, intake manifold, and set of headers, and go run super stock and run in the top 5. Yeah. There's nothing to do that now. But I mean, there's got to be some penalties for guys dominating a division. I mean,
and also maybe these cars are too sophisticated. The drivers are starting to figure out, because they've got all the time in the world to study about how it does this and how it works in a more of a technical aspect. Right. And because you've got computers and you've got a lot more components, so to speak, than the Sportsman and all the other cars. All the other cars are just basically bone, engine, transmission, and tires.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Pretty much, but
these cars are a little bit more technical, and I think they're finding out a little bit more about them quicker than maybe the tech can, keep up with.
Well, what you need someone who knows how to work assembly line data link connected to a laptop. Plug the car in and look at it. Most stock cars, all stock cars, when they're stocked, the VIN number comes up when you look up in the computer. The VIN of the car will actually come up. If it doesn't come up, guess what? It's been modified. And it ain't hard to go in there and hook that thing up, because they have computer programs that will tell you RPMs, because all those cars, the rev limiter has been taken off of them. You tell the ones that don't, halfway down the straightaway. Yeah. They eliminate the rev limiter, so the thing will twist. That's another reason why a lot of them are blowing up, because they're probably turning those motors way harder than they're supposed to. Yeah. So, I mean, there's things can be done. Put a rev limiter on them. So, okay, you can only turn the motor $5,000. Yeah. That's it. When you go past $5,000, you're just hitting the rev chip.
Well, if anybody out there in this crown stock class, not just in our backyard, Pensacola, Mobile area, I'm talking about South Florida, Texas, Kentucky, I don't care where you're from. But basically, what's being teched in the top 5? You drive through there, what is your tech man going through? And let us know. Put a comment on there. Said everything's fine, no problem. You guys just relax. Then we want to hear that too.
Yeah.
Well, contact Ricky Brooks. He'd be the one, because he's already been getting into these Crown Vics, and damn good and well he's a study of anything he works on. So I'm waiting to see what he starts doing to these Crown Vics.
If anybody can find it, he'll find it.
Dang Skippy. Like Gary Blue said, he's better than DEA drug dogs, and he knew about those.
He would know.
He would know about DEA drug dogs.
Well, they did finish up at Five Flags, and they loaded up, and they went to Mobile with the Outlaws and some others. I think the Pure Stocks. The Pro Trucks were there in Mobile, too, and the Crown Stocks as well. But the Outlaws didn't have really a good turnout. But, we got Wayne Niedecker Jr. up in there second, man. Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Congratulations. I know it's not a win for him like he's used to. All his life, it's all he's ever done in race cars, win. But, hey, it's good to see him back in the car and being active. What a legend it is to finish second. I know Derek Griffin took the win. Bill Touchstone, UPS driver.
Oh, yeah.
Bill.
He delivered.
How about that?
He delivered.
That's awesome.
Dude, speaking of him, you ever see the video of that modified crash when him and Gary Sutton wrecked in 3 and 4?
I don't recall it.
That one was awful. Gary Sutton had one of the control arms off the rear end come all the way through his seat. It was if it would have been 6 inches one, it'd have speared him. Ooh. They went flying off. They were lapping a car, and Gary running there, and Bill just KO'd Gary, and it was awful. That was terrible. Bill Touchstone's a heck of a wheelman, though. Once he gets things figured out, it'd be shame on him, I promise you.
He's going to hurt your pride.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's got nice equipment, too.
He does.
I mean, cars are always, he's got good people around him. and he works hard.
Yeah.
And he learns a lot. He knows a lot. He's got experience behind him, but man, he's got good, sharp-looking cars every time I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he had a good-looking super stock back in the day. Had a cut body on it.
Right.
Grand Prix. Beautiful. Yep.
Well, Derek Griffin, Wayne Niedecken Jr., Bill Touchstone, Ronnie Roberts, Cameron Henderson, Dylan Courtney, and Jason Welch round out the top 7 there in that Outlaw feature in Mobile. Pure stocks, well, here we go again. Mason Johnston.
From the 8 Mile.
Yes, sir. Got it done.
Yeah.
He got some of that racing winning in his blood because of who his grandpa is.
He got bit by it, so now
Yeah, oh, yeah. You know it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's another cat that we've been mentioning quite often. Up there in the top 3 and winning, and good collection of hardware, I think, in his trophy case at the house or in the shop.
Yep,
Grandpa probably is helping him turn wrenches on that too. Okie.
Oh, yeah. Okie knows what he's doing. I mean, he's turned a wrench or two on a race car.
Once or twice.
Just a few.
Yeah.
Mason Johnston, Colby McDonald, Eli Loper, David Johnson, and Cameron Latham rounded the top 5 in that pure stock revitalized heating and air feature. The Pro Trucks. Well, here we are. We just going back to Five Flags or what? Come on. Trace Capers does it again?
Yeah.
Well, actually, he did it before. We went, yeah, this was I think the week before the Pro Late Models of Five Flags. I think we backed up. We went to Five Flags first, but this even the week before. But Trace Capers still back to back, it seems like, in the trucks.
Oh, yeah. And this was the bounty race. You see who runs second. J.J. Day tried to come take that money
imagine that.
and couldn't do it.
Yeah. Hey.
That's big.
Yeah, if you're out running JJ and that whole crew he's got, you're doing something.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Trace Capers, J.J. Day, Carter Whalen, Okie Mason, and Cody McCauley are in that top 5 in the Pro Trucks. And we can scroll down a little bit more, go to that crown stock. And we've got a Caleb Sanford from Coden, Alabama, Jimmy Day, Philip Griffin, Noah Carter, and Scott Hamilton in the top 5. They had 15. One did not start, so they had 14 that lined it up. And it seems like in those crown stocks, they got either 15 or 20, and sometimes plus that. And it just they've got a really good car count.
You got the Sanfords and the Days battling that. When you beat one of the Days over there in Mobile, again, you have done something.
That's Jimmy. That's JJ's daddy.
Yeah.
I've done battle with both JJ and Jimmy.
Yep.
I had Jimmy in the middle of my hood one time mad at me. Imagine that. Yeah, I made somebody angry. It's kind of hard to figure.
Yeah.
Are you angry
Shocker.
with me?
Are you angry with me? Oh, boy. Yeah, but congratulations. That's his first win of the year. And that young man, Caleb's a pretty good wheel man. So that's good for him to get a win. And wish him many more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that rounds out a weekend of 2 weekends there in our backyard. But we've got, we can't sign off. We can't do anywhere without, have some Bubba Pollard news.
Oh, yeah.
There's a late model race, way out yonder, if you would. Pardon the, whatever you want to call that. I don't know. I don't speak like that, but I thought I would just for a second. But Wenatchee, Washington, and that late model race out there and got in some other, race car, and did okay.
You did
Drove for Garrett Evans.
Yeah.
Got a podium out of it. Got a top 3. First time ever being at that place.
Yeah. Well, the people who outran him in this particular event were Evan. I'm going to say Gates. I hope that's how it's pronounced. And Hayden Plybon. I know how to do that one because I've heard that one before.
Plybon just a few times.
Yeah, once or twice. And then Bubba, of course, coming getting the last podium position. And we had Alan Kress, Jason O'Neill, Austin Herzog, Tyler Tanner, Max Schroeder, Jason Jefferson, and Naima Lang, the top 10. Then we had Bob Presley, Jan Evans, Kyle Cottum with an M, Mike Knutson, I hope, Cole Raz. And there was obviously an incident somewhere right in there because Cole Raz, Dave Garber, and Terry Halverson all wound up getting put off the track all in the same lap.
Wow.
So something big happened there. And then Jacob Gomes and Casey Klein was in the 19th spot, and I believe that would wrap it up for this particular event. Nope, my bad. Michael Atwell. Whew, something happened to him real early. He was 157 laps down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a long way to ride to finish dead last.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, but kudos for Michael Atwell traveling all that way, and go and participate in other races across the country, California, Washington, Alaska, Oregon. We mentioned races that I would say if you're going that far, Michael Atwell and Colin Allman, all those guys from Florida that run the supers around here, they got to be locals to us when they go to Washington.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
Kudos for making that trip out there and at least giving it your all, and sometimes it's mechanical.
Right.
And you can't help it, and it's just bad luck and makes you want to go back out and try it again.
Oh, definitely. That kind of like me in New Smyrna. Ed owes me a race, and I'm going one of these days and run one more race in New Smyrna. But we've got some pretty cool news coming up locally.
Yeah, sure do.
in a couple of weeks. I know next Friday night is the next Five Flags race.
Right.
But 2 weeks from then is a Blizzard series.
We'll just put that teaser out there.
Yeah, bush.
Deep South Cranes Blizzard number 3 on June 28th, and
Somebody's coming to town.
it's not Santa Claus. It's
No. I don't think it's
Kevin Harvick.
that guy. Yeah.
wow.
Cup champion Kevin Harvick. I mean, how cool is that he chose a race down here to run one of his late model races? He owns the Cars Tour.
Yeah.
Him and Burton and Dale Jr. own the Cars Tour. Why wouldn't he choose to run the Cars Tour? But now they're going to tow all the way down here. I'm sure him and Delana probably have rented a condo out on the beach and probably going to spend a week down here. They're probably not just coming to race and go home.
Mm-mm.
So, I mean, that's pretty neat that Kevin Harvick chose to bring one of his late models down to run with us. That's going to be cool, man. That's going to be pretty neat.
Who knows who else might show up?
But what's cool is I can maybe get another autograph to my old autograph book.
Yeah.
That would be cool to get him to sign it.
Oh, yeah. Have to find something to sign. It'll be.
Something you can, do
we'll
something
find
with that.
I got a hat.
Got a hat. Kevin Harvick's a great race car driver, always has been.
And now he can relax, and as he has described it, now he can have fun.
Yep. Well, that's like Dale Jr.
Yep.
Dale Jr. originally said he didn't want to run late model races because he was scared of sucking, but he says, you know what, when I go, I just have a good time.
Yeah.
You get to hang out with some of the short track people. I get to hang out with my short track team. I get to race.
Yeah, I think he's scouting talent more than anything.
He could be doing
what
that
I'm
too.
thinking he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not ready to give up that competitive.
No. The bug is still there. He's still bit.
Yeah, it's I listened to Mark Martin on a podcast, Dale Jr.'s podcast. He said he will never climb in a race car ever again. He's done.
Yeah.
Said I'll never do it again. I'm done. I don't want to run a Legends race. I don't want to run a short track race. I don't want to do any of it. I'm done.
Well, then you got Ken Schrader and guys like that are still racing.
Yeah.
Hate to say Red Farmer. He couldn't. Yeah.
Schrader's
75 races a year.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And Schrader's like, what, 68?
Yeah.
67, 68, somewhere around there. And he's still getting after it and winning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
He won a couple weekends ago at a short track. Kenny Wallace won up at.
Yeah, it was modifieds.
Yeah. I mean, that's neat. And Ken Schrader tows in an old ramp truck.
Yeah.
That's just cool, man. I mean, he has the ability to haul in there in a big haul. He pulls an old ramp truck, unloads that old modified, kicks their butt, puts it on back on there, and goes and does it again.
The old Federated Auto Parts.
Yep, he's got a lifetime deal with them. They'll sponsor him till they'll probably have a Federated sticker on his casket.
And he's sponsored by.
This funeral is sponsored by Federated Auto Parts. Barry Kenny in his Federated fire suit, man, But I hope that's not for a very, very long time.
Yeah, me too.
Because I like Ken Schrader. He's great people.
He's a nut bar.
Oh, he is. Oh, my goodness. Him and Kenny Wallace, dude. You've ever listened to some of his stuff? Kenny Wallace is a nut.
Oh, yeah.
You got to love those guys. They're short track guys now, so.
Well, to any of our short track listeners, if you're listening to this, make some comments about who do you like. You like Schrader? You like Kenny Wallace? Any of you Crown Stock drivers? What would you like to see? What are they doing in tech? I know that if you're not in the top 5, you've got to be moseying on down there to see what the top 5 is, turning out to be and finding out a little bit, because you should be planning to be there one day. So let us know. Put us a comment and so we can bring it up next time. So.
And if you want to put down your favorite drivers, Jim Pokrant, that wouldn't be a bad thing either, being one of my fans,
Don't push it, big boy.
Yeah, I got you. I don't want no hate mail, so you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's what my mom used to tell me.
I know a couple of guys that won't be sending any letters.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, there's a few.
One or two.
There's a few. Hey, but you know what? There's a bunch of people that do like me, so hey,
Yep.
they can bite me. They can get glad in the same shoes they got mad in, is all I can tell them.
Well, I'm going to Google a bunch to see how many that is.
That's probably quite a few.
Is it?
But let's talk about this real quick. I know we're not Cup guys and everything like that, but we did talk about the Indy 500.
Yes, we did.
So, what do you think? Do you think Kyle Larson should get a waiver?
Well,
Even though his day job is to drive a Cup car.
He's already got it, from what we understand. So it's a little bit of a moot point. But
I know he got it, but I'm just saying, what is your opinion on it?
Well, as I mentioned before, it depends on who made the decision. Did he actually make it, or did his team and Hendricks? Were they the ones that
Well, I think NASCAR was a little mad at him because he had been saying that the 600 was the primary deal. If the Indy 500 was pushed back and he couldn't make the 600, that he would come and run the 600. So it kind of made NASCAR mad. But NASCAR's in a box because how many waivers have they given?
Yeah.
Kyle Busch. I mean, Chase Elliott got suspended for a race, and they gave him a waiver.
Yeah, they painted themselves in the corner.
Yeah, they just might as well just put it in the rules. You get a waiver if this or this or this happens. But I mean, I thought it was cool. I mean, the man was running up front at Indy.
Yeah.
Finished 18th because he made a mistake.
And he owned it.
Oh, yeah, he did. But I mean, you know what? And the dude is incredible.
Yeah.
No matter what he races, no matter what he does, he excels. And I don't doubt if he runs 3 or 4 Indy 500s, he'll win one of them.
Yeah. I say give him a waiver. Denny Hamlin won't win the championship. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's one that I don't.
We have a few Hamlin haters here, maybe.
I know there's one.
Yeah, I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan either. I listen to his podcast sometimes, but I'm not a fan of his. Not at all. I mean, I'll be honest. That I felt so bad for the 12 car, and he's Ryan Blaney, because Blaney's a good kid, man. His dad was a short track ace. Mm-hmm. Speaking of short track, and how do you not put enough? Everybody else pits for fuel.
He had one job.
The fuel guy had one job and only put one cannon. If he'd have put one splash of fuel, one lap, that's all he needed, one freaking lap. Or tell the man, hey, look, you might be a lap shy. You got a big enough lead. Slow down. That is a heartbreaker for him. I hate that. Mm-hmm. I really do. I hate that for him. He's a good kid.
I'd like to see him come down here and run.
Oh, I agree. There's a lot of guys. I mean, there's a lot of people I'd love to see. I mean, especially Kyle Larson. I'd love to see him in a late model 5 and watch him figure it out real quick.
I think I saw where Eric Jones is going to be at Berlin, if I'm not mistaken.
He runs. Well, that's his home track.
That's his backyard. Yeah.
He's a Michigan boy.
So that should be
pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, late model racing, short track late model racing across the country is better than Cup racing any day of the damn week.
Absolutely.
Because dirt, it don't matter if it's dirt or asphalt. Late model racing in general is just much better than Cup racing. Cup racing sucks.
Yep.
Cookie cutter.
They've ruined the short tracks in Cup. Yeah. There's no bump and runs anymore. There's no, oh my God, he moved him out of the way. He gave him the old bumper. There's none of that anymore because the diffuser and all this crap they got on those cars with the one lug nut and everything like that. It's just, I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
All right, everybody. It's time to get your keyboards out and let us know what you think.
Yep. We want to know your opinions.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
That's
we don't
right.
care.
Get on our Facebook page. Let us know what you think. Send us an email.
Yep. Tell us anything.
Tell us what you want to know. We're good. And any suggestions you got, if you're from somewhere and you've got a short track and you want us to talk about it, please send us a message. Because we're pulling for Bronson Speedway and the one up in New Brunswick, the one up in Tennessee, excuse me. That's trying to come back. We want to see tracks come back. We want to see tracks thrive. And we want to talk about your short tracks. So you send us a message. You let us know what short track you attend. Who's your hero? Who's your favorite driver? Who's the guy that dominates? Who's the guy you hate? We want to know all of it.
Yep. Tell us where you're from.
Tell us where you're from. Yeah. We want to hear it. So it'd be great to hear from you guys. Thanks for listening to us. We really do appreciate all you do. Buy a hat, buy a shirt. Give us a 5-star review when you can. When you flip over, even on Spotify, you can still give us a 5-star. Helps us move up. We want to be your short track podcast.
That's it.
So
that was the goal from the very beginning.
That's right. No, it's going to happen. Come hell or high water.
Has not changed.
No. I don't care if it hair lips the governor, as my dad used to say. I don't know where that came from, but my father used to say that, so I just thought I would say it.
Well, we do appreciate all the listeners, and we do appreciate Story Bleich Roofing for all your support. McDonald Muffler, Mobile, Alabama. I know they're coming back on board soon. We do appreciate all your support. Leave us a comment and let us hear from you so we can get a little bit more content on here as to we can dig a little deeper.
Yes.
And get into a little bit more controversy because, we all like that.
Oh, heck yeah.
Everybody likes listening to it, too.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. We like the controversy, so just hit us up. Let's do it.
Yep, June 14th, kids bike races, plus 4 local features. Outlaw Sportsman, Jim in his 07 will be out there trying to get some more hardware in his trophy case. Pure Stocks, Crown Stocks, that is June 14th. And don't forget the Deep South Cranes Blizzard number 3 on June 28th. With Kevin Harvick and that Busch Light Super Late model going out there against the best of the best. And maybe, see what happens. I already predicted he wouldn't finish the race, but what do I know?
Yeah, well, we're gonna be pulling for.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
If he doesn't get wrecked by an idiot in a 13 car. Sean.
Yeah,
that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy in the 51 too. That's Anyway. We appreciate all of y'all and keep us in there and keep talking to us, keep listening, and then we'll keep giving you good content.
Yep. And until next time, thank you all, and we will see y'all at the track.
2,
3.
Let's go, Brandon. Good night, everybody.
Be strong, America.
Thanks for listening.